What up, though? This is Fresco, aka Frescozy, and this is exit row. Leg room like first class, but it's more like first coach. But you in the field, and you got to be ready for anything if that door opens. My first guest is Mr. Frankiln Boateng, aka the King of Trainers, straight from Tottenham, who was in New York recently, and let's just say, we was outside. Tap in.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for
Appreciate you.
inviting me down.
How's
it going?
Me down. Hold on. We gonna be, hold on. Let me get myself together. Because we're gonna keep it tall before we keep it small. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here. So thank you for inviting me down.
Nah, it's all good, brother. It's all good,
you know,
man.
like before we even get to AVIREX, tell us about Frankiln.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. So myself grew up in London, a place called Tottenham. Normally, when you hear a riot happening in the UK, right, it's either Tottenham or Brixton. That's where the riots start in the UK and stuff. So it was pretty rough, you know, in the 80s and 90s. And my love of fashion and footwear came from my mum. She liked buying me the latest trainers because she liked tennis.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Love.
and yeah, I always used to have some fly stuff. So that's how my nickname King of Trainers came about. It's like from the 80s, my mum would buy me like the tennis shoes, and then from there it just became a nickname, and then I kind of took it forward to now, you know, so yeah.
So are you because I was just having this conversation with myself. Yes, I do have conversations with myself. That's where I get a lot of clarity. Shit is what it is. And I was like, well, I am a fashionably fly person first before I'm a sneaker person.
Got you.
The sneakers fall in line with that. So I want to ask you, are you fashion first or footwear first?
Ah, that's a good question, you know. I would love to say both. I would love to say I'm down the line. Because some days I can be like, okay, I'm wearing this pair of trainers. What outfit goes with this pair of trainers? But then some days I'm like, okay, I've got this outfit. What trainers goes with this outfit? So it's, I'm really literally down the line.
When it comes to putting fits together, I know you said you're right down the line, but is there one line that you lean more towards? Colors more than the actual item is how I feel. Like a lot of people say, oh, it's gonna be winter, they're gonna go for dark colors. I'm like, nah, it's winter, let's go brighter. Yes.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm like, it's winter, okay, you gotta see me. I'm not toning it down. So a lot of the footwear I have is colorful, the clothing I have is colorful. And I do wear a lot of black, like you can see, but so some days I might put on a bright pink trainer with a pink hoodie, and then some days I might put on like we got the purple, and then the purple AVIREX, which we didn't get in the UK, by the way. You know,
we had a whole off-camera purple AVIREX not in the UK conversation.
Oh,
so
man.
We need to make that happen. So tell us about the love for purple, man.
Yeah, so purple, obviously, my name is King of Trainers, and it's royalty, man. It's just such a beautiful color, man. It's such a beautiful color. It's like, oh man, and this color, like, you know, I mean, I've got like so much purple trainers, the Raekwon purple tapes. You know, I've got like about I had 3 pairs of those. I've got
that may be like the one when it comes to purple shoes.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. For me, that's one of my favorite shoes of all time. Diodora done a madness with that shoe.
Insane,
madness.
And that I feel like that may have been one of their last like hits.
Yeah.
Like,
They had a few. But that purple tape joint was crazy. And they came back with another alteration of trainers. But you can't beat, I don't think, for me, nothing beats that purple tape. Nothing beats that. And it's just, but apart from that, it's like, it's just the purple's just a nice color, man. It goes on black skin well.
It does.
Like, let's keep it real, man. Like, you know, so for me, purple's it's just a nice color, man.
Yeah, green's my favorite, purple's my second, but clearly I wear black every day. there's no getting around that. I wear it every day proudly and wholeheartedly.
Got you.
So you're more of a match.
Yeah, something has to just, a little bit, but not over sometimes. You know, sometimes I might just do a full suit in just like crazy shit. Yeah, but then just something that people, oh, I see what you did there. Like just a nice little nod, you know, when you see it, you're like, you could then, okay, I see what you did there.
It varies. For me, it's just like I kind of like my outfit to tell a story, per se. Today's story is a story of Soho for me. Or Soho to London. So you have my New York cap.
Indeed.
I have my Cold Wall T-shirt.
Okay, cold war.
So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
what I'm saying.
I see.
Tie that in. And then being that this is 21 Mercer, this used to be a Nike shop.
Yes, yeah.
It's very famous for that. So these Air Force Ones I got from 21 Mercer.
Oh, I see.
So
You picked
it's
the right. I
just,
see. I got it.
it just flew well. So, you know, London
London, yeah.
with the Cold Wall.
Yeah.
The
New York.
AVIREX New York, the
Yeah.
New York cap, shout out to Hat Club, and the 21 Mercer Air Force One.
I got you. Don't
And
worry.
speaking of AVIREX in the UK, you are kind of, not even kind of, I would be selling you short if I said that. You are the man to see.
I appreciate that. That's what I've been told. That's what I've
Kept
been
me in tune with what's going on the London fashion scene from like head to toe.
I appreciate that.
But
Thank
in
you.
the now that we're in the colder months, this is the time where you really get to see how people put things together.
Indeed.
So, how did you connect with AVIREX?
Yeah, so I had being the king of trainers, I had a collaboration with LS, right?
We're gonna get to that too.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So LS, I done a collaboration with LS, and it done really well. Like it done really, really well in terms of like promotion, brand, sales. It done really, really good. And before my collab even came out, one of the gentlemen who works with who works for the parent company said, "Look, Frank, we're bringing AVIREX back." And then we had a meeting, and I went ballistic. I went crazy, you know, in the meeting. I was like, "What? AVIREX is like my favorite brand, blah blah." And then like I kind of said, "Okay, let's work together." And then we opened a store together, which was in Box Park, and it was only like kind of supposed to be like a 3-month project, but in the first 4 days, we literally done like crazy numbers. So it made sense to kind of keep the store, and that's kind of how me helping them out in the beginning became, as we're sitting here now,
Yes.
you know. So then from there, you know, I'm here and there just, you know, putting things together, helping them out, and really trying to make sure that the direction is strong and right in the UK. Because I always say that the UK audience is like, AVIREX was so important. You know, I would say UK for the culture is probably top 3 most important brands in the UK.
Really?
Yes, in terms of streetwear and the culture, I would say top 3.
Guess.
Yeah, so for the culture, like I was like, you know what, like I need to make sure I'm involved to kind of, you know, make sure it's done right. So that's kind of how things came about.
So really, what he's trying to say is that he helps provide a high level of validity.
Yeah.
Because you know,
if you wanna
I'd
say it that
rather
way.
just be truthful.
Yeah.
In these spaces.
Yeah,
Pause. There's a certain level of sauce that we bring to
I agree.
this space.
I agree.
That is utilized in certain instances by the brands. And you know, if you can't be used, you're useless. So, you know, I think of AVIREX and hip hop. We just recently went to the Book of Hove exhibit.
Yes, yeah.
So it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. It's the resurgence of a lot of things that are legendary in hip hop, including AVIREX. So, you know, you talked to us about your recent interaction with AVIREX, but what was the beginning like for you?
Yeah, so if I'm honest, like the street dudes would be wearing AVIREX, right, in the early 90s. That was my personal first introduction to AVIREX, you know, and then through hip hop, like, so the early street dudes was wearing it, and then, you know, around the early 90s towards the mid 90s, and then I started seeing it in like the hip hoppers, like, you know, the Biggies, the Mobb Deeps and stuff like that. And then I was like, I need to get one. So I literally we found like wherever they were selling AVIREX in the UK, in London, and I was just go around looking for one that no one had. Because back then, like people, you know, now someone has something and everyone goes and buys it, right? But back then you couldn't buy what someone else had. You can get yourself beat up for that. Yeah, you couldn't. If you had like say I got the purple jacket, right?
And
like,
you known to have the purple.
Yeah, and everyone knows Franklin's got the purple. If someone else goes and gets the purple, you have to kind of step to them and be like, yo, what are you doing? That's how it was in London. And it was mainly like that with trainers. That's how, you know, but if you got the same credit, it was like, oh, you're pirating me. And then it's a bad vibe, you know, and people will look at you crazy. So I went out to find a place that just had jackets that no one else has got. So I got my one. I think like 1996, I got my first jacket, and then I remember wearing it to college like the next. I think it was like the Monday that and then the whole college was like, oh, you got AVIREX. I was like the first person in my college to have AVIREX. It was crazy, you know. And
people were getting robbed from.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean, I was
upon a time. That was a long time.
That's it. I was 17 and I spent £500. I had no business at that age spending that type of money, but you know, if you need it, you need it, right?
So you know what I want to ask, as you say that there's two questions. I'm gonna start with this one, because the dynamic of New York and London is very similar.
Yes.
How would you describe, per se, like a London street guy?
A London street guy, someone who hustles, gets his money, you know. I don't want to just say illegally, because there are some street guys.
Hustle is not only illegal.
Illegal, that's what I'm saying. So even myself, I would call myself a retired street guy, but I was not really doing it. I was just a hustler. I was just like out there hustling and doing what I do. So there's many different layers, if I'm honest. It's hard to kind of define it and be like, oh yeah, it's this type of person. But it's more than just what they do, it's the energy they have. So you can kind of tell by the energy someone brings, even now when people are just reformed or they do, you know, you can tell that, yeah, they used to be outside a bit. Do you get what I mean? So it's a more of an energy, if I'm honest.
So is it like art imitates life, or because I hear the dynamic of what drill is in New York is not just now the music, it also unfortunately comes with
the actual
the
what's
natural,
going on.
yes.
Yeah, what's happening in the
So
streets.
what I would assume, just being here, that it may be something similar on that side. So is it like, are the gangsters the rappers, or are the rappers trying to
No,
be
some of the rappers are trying to be the gangsters. I'm kind of far removed from the age group of drill, but some of the drill guys are actually about that life. From what I've seen and, you know, observed. I'm not, I'm by no means involved in any of that stuff, but you know, I think some of the rappers are trying to be the gangsters, and some of the rappers are gangsters. It's just how it is, you know. And I've been around so many different worlds. I can tell instantly from the energy and the aura that they bring.
And no disrespect to none of, you know, the drill patrons. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I know people that know y'all. I don't know a lot of y'all directly, but love is love. Like
Indeed.
Like, if you could build a AVIREX playlist, per se.
Yes. Okay.
A playlist of like things that have inspired you in regards to this brand and your world of hip hop. What, let me maybe say 5 artists or 5 songs. What would you go with?
Wow. I have to go with Biggie. I have to go with Biggie. And I have to go with Juicy. Because AVIREX is still an aspirational brand. The price point, like, but you know, we're talking like, I got my first jacket 26, 27 years ago, and I spent £500, and that was a lot of money. That's a lot of money now. Do you get what I mean? That's a lot of money now. You know, £500 is what, like $650, $700. So it's still a lot of money now. So, and now the price point is what, $1,000 or $1,000? It's about £1,000. Yeah, and it's still an aspirational jacket. I would say Nas, definitely. Nas is definitely one of the people that that really kind of repped, you know, obviously the Belly movie and things like that. I would say Method Man, because of that scene where he's wearing that cover of that scene, and you know, it's just that whole energy that he brings. So that's 3?
That's 3.
Okay, what 2 more?
Biggie, Nas.
Yeah, Mobb Deep, because Mobb Deep repped heavy.
Absolutely.
Mobb Deep repped heavy. Yeah, Mobb Deep repped AVIREX heavy. I mean, they got an
Rest in
AVIREX
peace to
tune.
Biggie.
Yeah, they got an AVIREX tune as well. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Mobb Deep repped heavy. And then for me, on the UK front, I have to say, like, So Solid Crew. So Solid Crew, they done the song 21 Seconds to Go, you know, and they're like Mega Man, those guys. You know, I would say So Solid and Skinny Man. That's my guy. Can't leave out Skinny Man. Because Skinny Man is like, you know, he's a guy from North London. He repped AVIREX heavy. So that UK scene there, So Solid, Skinny Man, and that, yeah.
And I heard you use a term that I haven't heard it in a minute, but I've heard it from my mom and my dad. My dad's from Jamaica, my mom's from London. He said pirating.
Pirating, yeah, pirate.
So pirating is like stealing.
Yeah.
And there's a reggae song, like, you know, where they talk about pirate radio,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
et cetera.
Yeah.
So how is it now that you've seen the transition, as you mentioned, from if you were in the UK and you had something that somebody else had, they came at you for it. But now we're in a time where people look for what somebody else has,
Yeah.
and now they put it on. So how's that transition? How have you seen that transition?
Yeah, so I mean, you know what? I for me, I have to kind of accept it that times have changed. That's how I kind of view it. I don't see it as bad. I just like, okay, times have changed. It's all good. Like, you know, but I still find it a bit like, ooh. Do you know what I mean? Like, why does everyone want to wear the same thing that everyone else has got? But that's just how the game goes. That's how the game goes. And I feel that it's just an evolution. Because even sometimes, I'll be honest, like, I might see a pair of trainers and be like, oh man, I need to get those. But it's different because I'm seeing them with someone I don't know.
Yes.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
But if I, like, for me, it's still that if your brethren has them, it's different now. It's just different. It's different. It's different.
It is.
Yeah.
Like there's a level of individuality that still exists there, but you can be inspired by versus just being like.
And you do your own style.
Yes.
You just do your own style. Even if you are wearing the same as someone else, how are you swagging it out? How are you kind of making it look, making it look like you own it? And I think that's with me. And a lot of people do that in London, to be fair. The style's very diversified. But I always try to be, okay, what am I going to put together with it? Like, if it's just a hint of a touches, do you get what I mean?
Being that we're in a store that has so much lineage and history within the sneaker realm, where are your thoughts in the world of sneakers of 2023?
Yeah, man. Sneakers 2023 it's been a crazy time. I feel somewhat the hype has died down, if I'm honest, because people may not know. I do an award show called the Drop of the Year Awards, where it's the first and original award show where the consumers can vote for the trainers of the year. So we don't do a thing where we pick the trainers for them. They vote because they're the consumers. They have a right to So the Drop of the Year Awards, I've been doing it nearly 10 years. So 24, 25 will be my 10th anniversary. So that's next year. And every year I've seen like a change in what people vote for, how people vote and things like that. So I document and study the game, like really document and see what's selling and blah, blah. And back, I would say 2 years ago, any Jordan 1, any Jordan 4, you'll never find it on the shelf. Like, as soon as it drops, it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, things have changed. I think that the hype has died a little bit. And for me, I'm not mad. I just want to see where it goes next, because now a lot of people can get the trains they want and they can get it on sale.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So for me, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
So with trainers, I was just recently blessed enough to receive a pair of the LS's.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
So in my mind, it was Elise.
It's LS, yeah. It's LS.
London taught me a lot, man. Like, it's not Asics, it's Asics.
Yeah.
Pause. It's not it's Saucony. It's not Saucony.
Yeah, it's Saucony.
So, and this is, I don't even care how this sounds, because truth is truth. I didn't really interact with Saucony until more recently because of J Tips.
Okay, cool. Okay.
In my mind, it was, I used to say this back in the day, but so corny. Like,
yeah, it's so corny.
Saucony's was so corny to me.
Yeah.
But there was so many colors, and there was just like the same one in 10,000 different colors.
Got you.
So now, I love to support my friends, but I also love a good story. So the story and the friend part of the J Tips release was something that opened my eyes. But with saying that, storytelling within your shoe is phenomenal.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And shout out to J Tips. He just won the
shoe of the year.
Footwear News.
Shouts out to Peter Very. Peter's my guy. And yes, J Tips, my brother. I want to shout out you.
He really smashed it. Really killed it. And Footwear News, man, you got to support some of the UK designers, man. I'm coming for you guys. Yeah,
Peter,
man.
Yo, Peter, if you don't know Franklin, I'm going to introduce you. Because that's my guy, and this is my guy, and you definitely need to know
You need to hit up the UK. We appreciate that.
So, you know what? Before we even get to, because I want to get take a deeper dive into your collaboration LS. What is the UK design scene like as far as collaborators?
You know what it is? There's so many of us, but I feel that, and I'm being honest, we don't get the look like the Americans. You know, like we are so creative. You know, even people don't know that I have a design background. I'm a graduate graphic designer. You know, yeah. People don't know that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've worked in advertising. I've done crazy stuff, like, you know, and
saga continues.
Yeah. People don't even know that, and I don't even put that out. Like I'm a lecturer. I teach. You know, I do all this stuff away from the social media that people don't know. And when I do my creative stuff, like people say, like, Frank, you kill it. You put together things so well that how do you, you know? But I've studied it. I went to university for it. So, and what it is when we put things together and we don't get the look, if I'm honest. We have so many great designers, like great UK designers. I'm not going to say all the names because I don't want to forget anyone.
No, for sure. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everyone. But when we have a UK designer, it kind of bubbles on the surface in the UK and maybe Europe, and then it just, you know, that's what I'm trying to change and push for. Not for myself, but for everyone who's kind of in the scene. We need more people, more brands wanting to collaborate with UK guys. We need more press on the UK design scene. And we just need more exposure. Because like even my collaboration with LS, that was their most interactive post of all time. And I did get, I think Hypebeast picked it up. I think
that's where I found the article.
Hypebeast picked it up, and a few places picked it up. Shout out Offspring as well. But it's just, I feel internationally, I could have really taken that story, you know, brought over here and stuff like that. And I feel that, like, you know, the footwear news, the complex, and all these, you know, they need to start to give us that look and start to be like, no, what's happening over there? You know, give us that little bit of a, you know.
As far as UK designers go right now, I mean, I'm a huge Cole fan. Shouts out to Dr. Sam Ross.
Yeah.
The other brand that I just got familiar with is with the what's his name? Cortez,
yes, Cortez, yeah.
Cortez. What's homie's name? Clint.
Yeah, Clint.
Shout out to Clint.
Shout out to Clint.
But outside of that, I kind of get lost because I don't really see that, and I know that there are a lot of other people in that space.
I think we need to. That's what I try to do on my page, is show people all the aspects. Like, you know, one of the hottest brands like right now is a brand called No Two Ways. They release shoes like nearly every other week and they sell out. Like it's crazy hot, but it's more of a bubbling brand. But they're doing mad numbers. They're doing like business numbers. Do you know what I mean? And it's because we're not getting that coverage. Yes. It's all coverage. We're doing probably just or even more numbers than some of the guys in the States that are getting all the press, getting all the stuff. But we're not getting the coverage, you know. So I'm trying to, that's why, one of the reasons why I put together the Drop of the Year, because we do make it fair, the categories, so people can honestly vote. So it's not, they nominate and vote. So we don't, you know, we might put like a list of like maybe 100 trainers, but then people can add to that list and people can kind of, you know, really get that list going and stuff like that. So
back to the LS. So
Yes.
tell us the story of the LS. This is from 2022, correct?
Yeah, so thank you. So that shoe, I designed that shoe in 2019.
And it's the tanker?
It's the tanker, yeah, the Les Tanker, yeah. So the Les Tanker, the PR company, shout out Gun Ho, they wanted to re-release this Les Tanker. So they flew a bunch of people over from all over the world to design this shoe. And this was 2019, May 2019, I believe. And then what happened was they said, you guys design a shoe, we'll give it to friends and family, right? And then we're like, okay, cool. So everyone's there having a nice time. And I'm sitting there like, nah, I need to make the shoe the hottest thing ever, you know? So I go to them, I'm like, and I start thinking in my brain, okay, and then I start remember, oh yeah, Boris Becker had an LS clothing deal and a Puma footwear deal. My mum loved Boris Becker. She loved Boris Becker. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me relate my design to my mum's love of Boris Becker, my love of trainers. And he was probably one of the reasons why I'm called the King of Trainers, because my mum would go out and buy his shoes. I've got a picture of me wearing a shoe from like 85, 86, which she fought with the Boris Beckers, a Puma, which she fought with the Boris Beckers.
So she would buy you the brands that she saw.
So yeah,
okay,
correct. So I've got the picture of me like as a kid wearing these shoes, and she was, and and she just wanted to buy quality, being a diaspora from Africa, Ghana, and she just wanted to buy quality because I mash up my shoes quickly. So she'll say, if you buy me quality, it will last longer, and that's how it kind of happened. So she'll buy me all the kind of tennis shoes. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, let me do a shoe that symbolizes Boris Becker, dedicated to my mom. So I said, okay, let me just do it based on his winning, what he was wearing when he won the Wimbledon Championship. And that picture, he's wearing like a light blue and dark blue top, and he holds the crown over his head. I mean the championship cup, yeah, it was gold. So I'd done the shoe light blue, dark blue, and I put the laces in gold, and that was it. Yeah, and then it just went from there.
And then I had to ask you about the 85 and 95.
Yes,
so
correct.
85 is the year that he won the championship.
And then
95 is the year that he lost the championship.
Yeah, he lost his run. It was like his kind of his run. So that's his like 10-year run. And that for me was also the time when my mum, like it became my cementing in the whole King of Trainers thing, where I would buy a lot of trainers and stuff. And I used to come over to the States in the early 90s, and buy trainers and take it back to the UK, and then my friends would ask me to get them pairs and stuff like that. So that also helped my name, because so when I used to have some colorways and they were just crazy, and I just step on the UK soil and then everyone's like, where'd you get those? Thanks. So yeah, it was one of them. It was one of those situations.
So with that, is mom into trainers too?
She was to some degree, not heavy like that. But she just wanted to buy me the best and wanted to kind of get me. Yeah.
But was it you and your sister? So
me and my sister,
the queen?
Well, she is the queen, to be fair. But yeah, no, my sister, she was a very good anchor, like to just yo, mum, these are the ones. And sometimes we'll pick trainers that the tennis players weren't even wearing, so because we knew it was the hottest thing, and so it was one of those ones.
So being that you are of Ghanaian descent. Ghana has been on the uprise in the last few years.
Indeed.
And
indeed.
in some amazing ways.
Indeed.
I am ecstatic to see how it's grown. And I know December is the time that Ghana is lit.
It's lit. Everyone goes out there.
It's the, what used to be Afrochella, now is the Afrofuture Festival.
Indeed.
What about you in the King of Trainers dynamic represents Ghana?
Well, for me, it's like, I'm always going to be Ghanaian in storytelling, but I want to build something in Ghana. So this is probably an exclusive. We're going to do like one of the first sneaker events out there, probably next year. And people know, like, I done a pop-up there last Christmas, with a company called Afro Made, shout them out as well. And it done really well. And there's such a big sneaker scene over there that people don't even know. Because what happens is in Ghana and a lot of places, there's a lot of fakes that make it there, a lot of fake shoes. So there's a scene where people just want to buy the authentic shoes. So, and I want to shout out My Soul Fly. These are a group of guys that take stuff they buy stuff from here and give it to the people in Ghana and stuff like that. So I always rep Ghana, everything I do. Even like I've got pictures of me wearing like old Kente, like from like the 90s with Air Maxes and stuff like that. I've got all those, me and my AVIREX, and like wearing Kente underneath and stuff like that. So I always rep Ghana everywhere I go.
So I kind of want to walk through and let people get a gauge of like what your taste is in this space.
Yeah, we're in the AVIREX USA store, 21 Mercer, and it's incredible space, man. It's incredible space. Look at the gold jacket,
Oh, this looks
especially
like 24
made.
karat.
Yeah, man, crazy.
This looks like it would be an AVIREX shoe surgeon collab.
Yeah. That is.
Oh, and then they have the new jackets for the ladies.
These are women. Can you see like it's cropped?
Oh,
it's cropped. Yeah, it's cropped. It's crazy.
Joella, we ain't forget you.
No, we ain't. Shout out Joella. Shout out Joella. Yeah. Then over here we got the accessories. Yeah.
Man, if there's one thing I know about, it's elevation.
Yeah, that's it.
And elevation is aviation.
Exactly.
And we're in the AVIREX store.
It goes hand in hand. Black bucket. Let me just put that on.
That is very hip hop.
It's very hip hop.
It's very
My hoodie's
hip-hop.
making it move, but
I
It's
see
looking
you
good,
went, you went full Run DMC for
That's
like
what I'm
2
saying.
seconds.
That's what I'm saying. So,
All right,
you
so
know,
what in here right now would be like a Franklin or King of Trainers go-to?
I would say this brown one, crazy. But for me, you know, I like to wear stuff that no one else has got.
Of course.
So I don't think this one's in the UK yet. So this one's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is hard.
Yeah, this one's crazy.
I feel like I saw you do a video for
I
this
did, yeah.
one.
I done a video.
Yes.
So I done a video. I think it was JD Sports Channel. One of the channels was like, I was wearing this.
And
It was
this
like
is
a-
like snake skin?
It's
Or croc
it's
skin?
it's croc.
Okay.
Croc. Yeah, croc.
So that's
Yeah.
it's
Ostrich,
welcome to
croc.
the jungle.
Yeah,
It's
welcome to the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, these two are doing really well in the UK though. I have to say, like this one is doing really well in the UK.
This one, whenever I've seen anybody with it on, it's just there's just like nothing like it. I don't know if
Yeah.
I've seen a leather jacket in that
It's
color
crazy.
before.
Yeah, people just want to stand out, be different, especially in winter as well. So, we have to say the Tommy collab. You know, the jacket, the hoodie. You know,
Could you see yourself doing a possible collaboration with AVIREX?
that's if they let me, man. I've always got.
I'm just
some ideas.
manifesting it. That's why I'm just putting it out into the universe because I'd love to see it.
That's if they let me, man. But yeah, I'm working behind the scenes. There's some big things I'm putting together. I just can't say it yet, but I'm working behind the scenes. You know?
I want to say shouts out to my man Frankiln Boateng,
No,
aka
thank
the
you.
King of Trainers.
No, thank you. Shout out to Fresco. Shout out like to the AVIREX team.
From Soho in London to Soho in New York City.
New York City.
My man Franklin, the King of Trainers. Thank you, Sire.
Thank you. Cheers.